How do you feel about the presence of, Shady Records, a huge entity like that stepping into the battle scene? Do you feel as though other leagues need to be a little bit worried that, bigger corporations are stepping in?
I mean, like I said, I feel like for URL, because that's the #1 league right now, I think this is a sense of urgency for them to know that you have, a company with higher financial backing. But at the same time, I feel like no matter what you do, you can never copy the original. So I feel like this is good for battle rap, but at the same time, these are people that are inexperienced in what this culture is. So at the same time, I hope it doesn't take away from the essence of battle rap. I hope it doesn't become too commercial. The battle's got to be shot right. The atmosphere has to be right. It all has to be done right. And this is coming from people that's never done this. So, a lot of people get blinded by who's doing it instead of do they actually know what they're doing. You feel me? That's like Mayweather saying he's going to be a basketball player tomorrow. A lot of people will be excited. Oh, Mayweather's playing basketball. But now you got to ask yourself, does he actually know how to play basketball? So what are you excited for? Are you excited because you know he knows how to play basketball? Or are you just excited because it's Mayweather? So with that being said, like Shady, it's a big company, but they stepping into something that, they don't have a lot of experience on because they haven't done events, and URL has. So I feel like it's good though, because when you got somebody like Eminem backing this up, this can be big. But at the same time, I feel like they should incorporate URL with it too, because they help build it to where it's at. Both parties, like URL didn't make the battle rappers and the battle rappers didn't make URL. They both made each other. So I feel like when you're doing something like this, everybody should be a part of it because it's good for the culture. So hopefully it turns out well, but I think it's going to be a good event. You know what I mean? Joe Budden versus Hollow. Don't get bigger than that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And on that note, I know you real cool with Hollow. Do you feel as though Shady Records might set it up so that they like rig the battle, not really rig the battle, but they kind of like pull strings in favor of Joe, so it makes it harder for him to lose?
Yeah, that's a possibility. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you this. Eminem is behind it. Eminem is a real battle rapper. So I don't think Eminem is going to do that because he understands that this is big. You feel me? And no judgment, no, you know what I mean? Me and you know. So we see something that's funny, that's rigged, just like any other fans, they're going to call it out and it's going to make them look bad. So I don't think they're personally going to do that because they know what's at stake. You don't want no bogus shit coming out that's going to make their league look bad, like, oh, these niggas rigged it for Joe Budden to win. This shit is corny. So somebody like Eminem that understands battle rap and the culture, you know what I mean? Even though he hasn't been in this type of form, he understands what battle rap is. I think it's going to be fair. And I think Joe Budden has too much integrity for it not to be fair. You got to understand what type of person we dealing with. Somebody that's been through triumph and adversity their whole career with their back against the wall. So I don't think he's going to do some bullshit. I think Joe Budden clearly wants to win this battle. So I don't think he's going to cheat.
Do you think that aside from, cheating with, the actual battle when it takes place, you think they might be having ghostwriters from Slaughterhouse?
I mean, now that's a possibility. I mean, if they do something funny, it's going to be to the point where we won't know about it. Like, it's not going to be something blatant. Like, Hollow's not going to kill him all 3 rounds, and then they have judges just go, nah, I'm going to give it to Joe Budden. Because then that's going to make them look bad. That's going to take away from their credibility to where people say, I don't even want to fuck with this league. So I know they're not going to do that. But can he have people right on the side? I mean, me and you ain't going to know. Plus, Joe Budden is lyrically crazy. So if he say something crazy, it's not like it's going to surprise us. So, I mean, that's a possibility. But like I said, if it was another type of celebrity, like industry dude, I would say that's a possibility. But Joe Budden is too much into this for him to get help. I think he's right in everything. Because I feel like you gotta understand, it takes a lot of courage for him to do even what he's doing. So with the person, like, and this is just my perspective, I don't know him, but I'm just saying what he puts out there. He has a lot of pride. So I feel like he wants to do this himself. If he wins, he wants to say, I wrote these rhymes. I put this together. I beat Hollow the Don. Not Royce the 5'9", Eminem. These niggas helped me. I don't think he's that type of character. You feel me? Or he wouldn't even do it for that. You know what I mean? I think he really wants to get this W.
Okay.
But I got Hollow.
I know. Yeah. Well, do you think that if Joe does remotely good, that it'll put like a battery in the backs of other mainstream artists and think that, oh, it's now this battle shit is easy, now I could do it too?
Yes and no. I feel like if Joe Budden does good, we'll see somebody else from Slaughterhouse jump in the ring. But you still ain't gonna get somebody too crazy because they know. You feel me? Like, Joe Budden is mainstream, but he's still underground a little bit. So, you know what I mean? He's close to where we at. Well, he watches all the battles, so he knows. You get somebody on a higher level, they're not taking that chance. 'Cause if they get crushed, it's gonna hurt. I think if Joe Budden does good, you want to see somebody out of Slaughterhouse battling Total Slaughter too. But I think it's gonna take a lot more to get like the Jay-Z's, the Drakes, the 50s, those people in the world to battle in the ring, unless it's against each other.